Hey y'all, it's your girl Pernicia Petit, and I am back with another video. Just a small disclosure, I just had my wisdom teeth taken out 4 days ago. So if you hear me talking a little weird, that's why. I'm still healing. And I probably shouldn't even be doing this video right now, but hey. Here we are. I really just wanted to make a video explaining supply and demand again and explain this trade that I took yesterday that I made the most I've ever made from. And really, it's just the psychology part of it that I'm very much proud of. It's really the discipline, the psychology part behind this win that I'm very proud of myself. But I am overall just proud of the win in general because this is the most amount of money I've made in a day trading on my live personal account. So it felt good to make that money and honestly be able to withdraw it that same day, even though I did not. So I trade NAS 100. The broker that I use is HankoTrade. The link for it will be down in the description, and then I also use TradingView just to mark up my zone, and the link for that will also be in the description below. Before I get into this really quickly, I just want to let you guys know that I am opening a small intimate circle January 1st for 30 days. It's $11 and it is focusing on the psychology part of trading. It is not any signals. It's not me calling in trades. It's nothing like that. But if you're ready to really lock in on that discipline and get your psychology right to start the year off, the link for that will be down in the description. You do have to make the payment and then send me a screenshot of you making that payment, and then I'll add you to the group chat on Instagram. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. This trade was one of the best trades I was ever in. I've always wanted to be in a trade where the market just either crashes or it just keeps going up, and I can never get in the trade either soon enough or I end up missing it or something for me to be able to catch that big move. This trade that I profited on, it was like an 80-point candle move. That's a big candle. It started going down as soon as I placed the trade. So you know I was happy. I was laying in bed like, am I gonna get in? Get in. Boom, just dropped. I said, oh, okay. And then I was like, wait, was this news? Because I don't like to trade news. Even if it is a winter trade, I don't like to trade news. There was no news. It was news on Monday, but when I was trading, there was no news. So that was just the sellers just in there. I also scaled into this trade as well. So as it was going down, I added another position and then closed them all out. So we're gonna start from the jump. Supply and demand. What's the first step? Find the trends. Obviously, if we just zoom out a little bit, we can see where the market is going. Find the trend. Is it going up or down? Clearly, it's going down. But because we have some minor breaker structures right here in this smaller time frame, we want to use the bigger time frames to confirm whether we are maybe making a reversal and going back up, or we are continuing to go down and we're just making a little pullback right now. So once I'm looking at the charts and my overall basis on that 5-minute is saying we're going down, but maybe I'm still confused or I just want more confirmation, that's when I'm going to my higher time frame. So I go to my daily. The daily's red. That's a big confirmation in itself, the daily being red. Go down to my 4-hour, red. That's another big confirmation. The daily and the 4-hour are two important candlesticks to be looking at. So the 2 hours also red, 1 hour's red, 30 minutes red, 15 minutes red. I mean, what more do you need to see in order to know that we're going down? And then also, while you're looking at the higher time, kind of just keeping the eye on any supply or demand zones that might be getting a reaction while you're going down that higher time frame. So for example, right here, it's very possible that this candle could be reacting off of this supply right here. Yes, this is a daily, so this was days ago. Say we were trading the daily candle, that supply would still be valid. So going down the higher time frames, I'm looking to see if I see any zones that are getting any reactions that could either help confirm where I think the market is going or let me know if it's about to flip, reverse, whatever. I'm keeping in mind that in the daily, we are in a supply zone. So that kind of just further proves that we're probably just going to continue going down. So the 4-hour, are we reacting off of anything? Yes, technically we are. This same supply that the daily is, I believe. If I mark up this big supply right here, and then I go to my 4-hour, Yeah, it's the same supply. The same supply that the daily has is the same supply that the hour has that it's clearly reacting off of. And we can see that more now with just more candles. Like the daily candle, it was red, but then when you go down to the 4 hour and you see it reacting off of that supply, there's more and more red candles. So clearly it's reacting off of that zone, okay? So that's another thing that I look at going down the higher time frames. So back to the 5 minute, because at this point we have full confirmation that the market is bearish and that we're going to continue to go down, at least for right now. So now that's step one. Step two, now I needed to make a new low because I've already confirmed that it is going down. Now I need to confirm even more that it's going to continue going down. I've already confirmed that the current trend is bearish. Now we need to confirm that it's going to continue being bearish. In order for us to do that, we need that second step to happen. So we needed to come down and make a new low. So at this point, I found the trend. Now I'm waiting for it to come back and make a new low. So boom, it made a new low. And why this is considered a new low is because it broke the previous low. So the previous low is this candle right here. It came and it broke that. It broke structure. This is it breaking structure. And this is just a minor structure. This isn't really a big structure. I would consider this a minor breaker structure and consider this a major breaker structure. And not really a major, just like an upgraded minor breaker structure, because it's not too much lower than these candles, but it is lower. So technically that is the lowest low. So in order for it to really break major structure or whatever, it would need to break the lowest low. In this case, we're taking this breaker structure right here as a minor breaker structure. We're classifying this as a minor breaker structure because it came and it broke a low. It didn't break the lowest low, but it came and broke a low. So now that step two is completed, it came back and it made a new low, which also activates the most recent supply. Step three comes where we needed to come back up and retest that supply. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up the most recent supply, which is right here. I like to turn my supply zones red just to help the visual part of it. But now I'm waiting for the candles to come back and retest this zone. And I wanted to come back to test this specific zone because that area is where the sellers had enough momentum to push down and make a new low. So I want them to come back and retest that same area and have that same momentum to go back down and make another new low. And I want to get a piece of that pie. Or I'm going to skip it to the next candle. Boom, we got a tap. It closed green, but we got a tap. Now, the next step after we get the retest, which is the tap, that's the third step. Now we're trying to figure out how do we want to enter, whether we want to enter aggressive, conservative, or breaking the candle. This entry definitely calls for an aggressive one. However, you could have gotten in conservative if you was just staring at the charts for real. So, and I say that because entering on this candle would have been the aggressive move, right? That would have been the aggressive enter. And honestly, you have two different aggressive entries. So you have entering on the tap, which I highly don't recommend and I almost never do. Sometimes I do if it like rejects hard, but I almost never enter on the tap. So you got the entry on the tap as an aggressive one. And then you also have the next candle before it closes. That's also an aggressive entry. We found the trend, which was step one. We made a new low, which was step two, and we came back and retest our most recent supply, which was step three. And now we are going to enter the trade. But how? So, like I said, you can either enter here after this candle closes. This is considered an A+ trade because that green candle did not close in the zone. I like those type of trades. That makes me confident in a trade when the candle is not able to close in that zone. So at this point, you could have entered here, aggressive. Or you could have waited on the next candle, but look at the next candle. So let me explain how I got into this trade. I was looking at the chart. I was looking at it this whole time. I seen that it came up and tapped the zone, and it rejected it. Not enough for it to turn the candle red, but it still rejected it. And then as I'm watching this next candle form, I'm knowing I'm about to enter, and it's probably going to be an aggressive entry because it came back up and tapped it again and then rejected. And it did it a couple times before it just went down. So that's why I said you could have gotten in less of an aggressive entry, like not getting in on the green candle, but still waiting for this red candle to get in, because it's like I said, it's still considered aggressive, but just not as aggressive. As I'm looking at the candles, it's going up, it's going green, it's tapping it, but it's not passing this last green candle. It's going up, it just keeps rejecting. It just kept rejecting. I said, okay, I'm gonna get in. I got in right here, And I have my stop loss right here. But let me tell you why though. Because normally, like I always say, your stop loss needs to be outside of the zone. But I have my stop loss here because the green candle went into the zone, but for 5 whole minutes, it was not able to go any further than that, right? That next candle right here, this candle, it came up to go into the zone as well. It couldn't even get past the green candle. So when I seen that rejection happening, I'm like, okay, I'm putting my stop loss at current candle. If it breaks this, then it's probably going to continue going up. It didn't even come up to break that. Clearly, my theory was right. It didn't even come up to break that. So I had a very, very, very tight risk. I love that. Love those trades. As soon as I got in this trade, it went down. Okay? Do you hear me? So at this point, I had put in like 0.05 in the trade. And once I seen it continue going down, I put in a full contract like right here. So let me add another one of these. I put in a full size contract right here with my stop loss my stop loss was low key break even, but if I had to choose, my stop loss would be up here as well. And I just let it ride. And then I caught it all the way up until this candle went down. I caught this trade all the way down here. And then I got out the trade. And I'm glad I got out there because as you can see, it definitely flipped. That candle ended up flipping and going back up, and then they started to go up. But I'm just so proud of that trade. And once I won that trade, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Close the computer, walk away. I'm done. The psychology was psychologying because I didn't want to make no more. I didn't want to. I just made $600 more than I just paid. Let me calm down. But I just paid myself a day's worth of my 9 to 5. No, more than a day's worth. So I wasn't trying to be greedy. I wasn't going to get back in the market. There was no point that I needed to prove. Okay? I had already proved to myself that I can do this. I can do this. And this is why I'm not mad that I blew my account the other day, because look, I'm already up like a band already. But it's not about the money. But I just wanted to put that in perspective for y'all. So then, I mean, if you just want to see how it played out after, it went up, came down again, and then I think it just started to go back up after that. Yep. I really just wanted to explain that trade really quick because it was a very, very good trade, and the discipline I had before and after that trade and during it, just scaling properly, not letting my emotions control it, not trying to put in 3 contracts or something big because I seen it going down. Like, I scaled in properly. I have proper risk management. I didn't just over leverage or try to just get as much money out of the market as possible. I didn't get greedy. So once I seen it going down and that second candle went down, I got out. I didn't try to see if it was going to continue going down. I made my money and I walked away. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to explain a couple things to y'all and explain this trade and hopefully break down supply and demand in a way that is easy for y'all to understand. Don't forget, if you guys are interested in joining my small, intimate little psychology trading group, the link will be down in the description. It starts January 1st. So you got today and tomorrow to still sign up for it. I'm so excited to really tap into that psychology part of trading because it's super important. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and have a great New Year's. Happy holidays. Let's get right. Let's start trading better. Let's get that psychology tapped in because 2026 we're on it. And also, thank you guys for 3K subs. Let's go. We're at 3,000 subscribers. Like, this is actually insane. Thank you guys so much for the support on this journey. And I can't wait to see what comes next. I really can't. So, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to your girl. Make sure y'all go check out all the tools that I have linked in my description below because they can all be very helpful, very useful. And let me know if y'all have any questions. And more videos coming soon. I'm going to be locking down on the videos after my mouth fully heals. And then, you know, New Year's is coming up, so we'll have some off days. So I'm locking in 2026, so I hope y'all locking in with your girl. Alrighty. I hope you have a great day, great trading week. Be green, be patient, be calm. Stick with that psychology and discipline, and you got it. Bye.